Hi, I'm Lotus. Welcome to my kitchen. Today we are going to be making a root vegetable soup, a very fall-like, which is perfect for right now because the leaves are starting to change. I'm up in Canada, and leaves are starting to change, and a root vegetable soup sounds perfect. So I wanted to talk about something a little different that I haven't mentioned, I don't believe, in my last videos, and I want to talk about the parsnip. I'm going to put this parsnip. Some of you aren't very familiar with the parsnip and probably aren't even familiar with prebiotics. So prebiotics go really well with probiotics and they help build a healthy gut. So again, it's a root vegetable soup. Most of the veg that we're going to put in is sweet potato, which I've already diced up. So this is 2 sweet potatoes. Again, you can wing it. In my cookbook, you'll see that everything is measured out, but at home, I never measure anything. I'm constantly just winging it. So two sweet potatoes, and I'm gonna use 2 carrots. I'm gonna use just a regular orange carrot. And then I found this fantastic, great little organic heirloom carrot. Look how beautiful that is at the farmer's market here. And I'm gonna use 2 shallots also, which in French they're called échalotes. They're little onions, but they're I love using them. So we're gonna use about 2 of those, I should say, and we're gonna dice that up. And then I'm gonna put garlic. I use a lot of garlic. I go through a lot of garlic. So with the garlic, I've got a couple tricks that I like to use. Don't know how many are familiar with the microplane, but this is what it looks like. And I use it for garlic. I use it for ginger also. We're going to use the ginger, the antibacterial, the immune boosting. Ginger is just fantastic. So is garlic. Google the properties of ginger and garlic. I mean, I could talk about them for about an hour. So I'm going to put all that great stuff in this soup. So we are with the garlic. 2 things you can do. You can either peel it and then go like that, or you just use a garlic press, which most of you have. Or if you don't have any of those tools, then you could just go use your big knife with the skin still on and just smash it, and it comes right off. It's an amazing, it just pops right off. The peel just pops right off, and then finely minced. So I'm gonna put, again, I've already sort of I'm gonna turn the oven on here, the stove on medium. I'm gonna add about 2 tablespoons of olive oil, but again, we're in my kitchen, so I'm not gonna measure today. Like covering on the bottom of the pan. And then we're going to add this fantastic onions and garlic. And then I'm going to cut up this parsnip. Again, it doesn't really matter how you cut it because, quite frankly, we're going to blend it. We're going to put it in either a food processor or a mixer. We've got, so we're going to put that in there, 2 of them. And then with the carrots, we're just going to, I could peel those super easy. Very, very simple. And a great fall soup. And today I may add some turmeric too, because if we're going to make a healthy fall tasty soup, we might as well really have the ginger, the garlic, the turmeric, and of course that parsnip, which again, for some of you who aren't familiar with prebiotics, it's really, it's not that many people know about prebiotics, to be honest. It's something that is fairly new to a lot of people, but absolutely worth doing a little research on. There are a ton of bananas also are prebiotics, and typically if you mix the probiotic and the prebiotic together, then it's actually even better. Oh, so I hear those onions and everything is starting to sizzle up slightly. It's on low because I really don't want my garlic to burn. There's nothing worse. So that is looking good. Just want it to get a little golden brown. They start to, don't want to overcook those babies. And we're just going to add all the veg in here to caramelize them slightly. Put that over there so I don't block your view of what's going on here. Again, wait till we open this. Look how gorgeous that is. So this is a carrot. Same thing with the beets too. If you go to farmer's market, oh my gosh, I made the best beet salad last night. I went to a pool party. Last sort of pool party of the season before everything gets closed. Yes, in Canada, we don't have pool parties all year long. And I found these fantastic heirloom beets also. Not only just the purpley red ones that you normally get, but I found these gorgeous yellow ones and these pink ones. Keep an eye on that. You definitely don't. There we go. Oh, we got one little carrot that didn't make it in, so let's go with that. All right, so that's the end of the vegetables. All right, let's deal with the ginger. So with ginger, we can either peel it like that, or some people just use a spoon also to peel it. A bit messy. Hold on, just take that end off. That's a little tricky. All right, there we go. It's a little messy here in my little cooking area. All right, so now we're going to really watch this. This is the microplane. So I use it also for pasta, for the cheese, the parm. Again, I use this thing daily, whether it's ginger, garlic, or parm for pasta. Now, depending on how much ginger you want to put, that was a pretty big piece. You could put half of it. I love ginger, so I'm okay with this spicy little kick in it. So and see, look, that's what it looks like. And you can give it a little tap and everything falls off of it. So let's do a little bit more. A little arm workout at the same time. There we go, that'll do. That's only really for the end. And you can either use vegetable broth, but what I've decided to do is use these are great when you're traveling too. If you're not feeling great and you just want to have some sort of soup, broth, or whatever. They're just little bouillon cubes. They're organic and they're veg. So I would add, that is probably almost ready. Let's just make sure. All right. And then I would add the water. Ooh. So that's about 3 cups of water. But again, depending on the size of your sweet potato and, you know, sometimes it gets a little thick and you might have to add more water. You just want to try it, test it, see if it needs another cube or if it needs more water when it's done. When you're done blending it up in the blender. My choice is the blender, but also if you don't have a blender, these things are great. These little handheld devices. I think it's in the dishwasher because I used it yesterday. But that's also an option to just blending it, and then you don't have to deal with the blender also washing it all out. You can just do it directly in here, which is quite handy. So that's more or less it. I'm just going to add the ginger in to it. The other thing you could do that I do occasionally is I throw an apple in there. It just gives it a nice little sweetness. But we're not going to do it today because I don't have any apples. So we're really, and again with the parsnip, I think that would be more if you were doing like a sweet potato or a butternut squash, I would do the apple. I don't think we really need it. That's for a different recipe, a different day perhaps. And the turmeric, maybe about, again, depending, it's going to make it super bright. So depending on, turmeric is fantastic, so great for you. Wow, especially now with COVID and all of that, I just pop my turmeric pills and I throw it in everything. But I would put about a teaspoon of it in there. But again, I'm just going to wing it a couple. Ooh, that was a lot, but that's okay. It stains, so be very careful with it. And that's pretty much it. That's the soup. So you're just going to let it boil until the sweet potatoes and the carrots and the parsnips are tender, and then you just whip them up. And then if you're going to garnish it, what you might want to do is add maybe a little bit of kefir or a little bit of the other thing you can do, which I do occasionally, is I will add coconut milk to it to make it a little bit creamier. So those are some options. I like to give you options depending on your mood or what you have in the pantry, what's going to work for you. But anyhow, that's the soup. So just maybe whip it up and garnish it and enjoy. Have a wonderful day.